Have you ever felt a deep longing to connect with something greater than yourself? A yearning to understand the mysteries of the universe and your place within it? You may not realize it, but this desire is a sign that you are ready to embark on a profound spiritual journey, a journey towards attaining knowledge of the higher worlds. The path to higher knowledge is not an easy one. It requires dedication, discipline, and a willingness to explore the depths of your being. Many people feel the call to embark on this journey, but they may find themselves lost or overwhelmed by the vastness of the spiritual realm. Without proper guidance and understanding, it's easy to become discouraged or give up entirely. But here's the thing. Attaining knowledge of the higher worlds is not some unattainable goal reserved for a select few. It is a birthright of every human being, a potential that lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened. And the key to unlocking this potential is simple. It begins with you. The first step on the path to higher knowledge is self-reflection. This means taking an honest look at yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and your actions. It's about becoming aware of the patterns and habits that shape your life and learning to observe them without judgment. Self-reflection is not always easy. It requires courage to face the parts of ourselves that we may prefer to keep hidden, the aspects of our being that we may feel ashamed or afraid of. But it is through this process of self-discovery that we begin to uncover our true nature and to connect with the deeper wisdom that lies within. One way to practice self-reflection is through meditation. By taking time each day to sit in silence and turn your attention inward, you create space for insights and revelations to arise. You may find that thoughts and emotions come to the surface that you were previously unaware of, or that you gain a new perspective on a situation that has been troubling you. Another tool for self-reflection is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and experiences can help you to process them in a way that brings clarity and understanding. It can also be a way to track your progress over time and to see how far you've come on your spiritual journey. Consistency is key when it comes to attaining knowledge of the higher worlds. Just as you wouldn't expect to become a master musician by picking up an instrument once in a while, you can't expect to make significant progress on the spiritual path without regular practice. This is where developing a daily spiritual practice comes in. It doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Even setting aside 10-15 minutes a day can make a big difference. The important thing is to find a practice that resonates with you and to make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. For some people, this might mean starting the day with a short meditation or prayer. Others may prefer to take a few moments to connect with nature or to read from a spiritual text. Some may find that practicing yoga or another form of movement helps them to feel centered and grounded. The key is to experiment and find what works for you. And remember, the goal is not perfection. There will be days when you don't feel like practicing, or when life gets in the way. The important thing is to keep showing up, day after day, and to trust that each small step is bringing you closer to your goal. As you begin to explore the spiritual path, you may find yourself confronted with challenges and obstacles. You may face doubts, fears, or resistance from others who don't understand your journey. This is where having a strong moral foundation becomes essential. Attaining knowledge of the higher worlds is not just about acquiring information or experiences. It's about fundamentally transforming who you are as a person and aligning your life with your highest values and ideals. This means living with integrity, compassion, and respect for all beings. It means being honest with yourself and others, even when it's difficult. It means treating others with kindness and understanding, even when they may not deserve it. It means taking responsibility for your actions and striving to make choices that are in alignment with your spiritual goals. Building a strong moral foundation is not something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong process of growth and development, one that requires ongoing effort and attention. But as you begin to live more consciously and ethically, you may find that doors start to open up on your spiritual path. You may attract like-minded people and opportunities, and find yourself supported by the universe in ways you never could have imagined. While the journey of attaining knowledge of the higher worlds is ultimately an individual one, that doesn't mean you have to go it alone. In fact, seeking the guidance and support of others can be one of the most valuable things you can do for your spiritual growth. This might mean finding a spiritual mentor or teacher who has walked the path before you and can offer wisdom and guidance along the way. It might mean joining a community of like-minded seekers, where you can share your experiences and learn from others. Or it might simply mean reaching out to friends and loved ones who support your journey and can offer encouragement and understanding when you need it most. Having a supportive network can make all the difference when the going gets tough. It can provide a sense of connection and belonging, and remind you that you are not alone on this path. It can also help to keep you accountable and to stay committed to your practice even when you feel like giving up. Of course, it's important to choose your guides and companions wisely. Not everyone who claims to be a spiritual teacher is worthy of your trust, and not every community will be a good fit for you. Trust your intuition, and don't be afraid to ask questions or seek out multiple perspectives. And remember, ultimately, the only true guru is the one that lies within you, your own inner wisdom and knowing. Perhaps the most important thing to remember on the path to attaining knowledge of the higher worlds is to embrace the journey itself. Spiritual growth is not a destination to be reached, but an ongoing process of unfolding and discovery. There will be times when you feel like you're making great strides, and other times when you feel like you're taking 2 steps back for every 1 step forward. There will be moments of profound insight and revelation, and others when you feel lost and confused. All of this is part of the journey, and it's all valuable in its own way. The key is to approach the path with a sense of openness and curiosity, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This doesn't mean being passive or complacent. It means being willing to put in the work, day after day, and to stay committed to your practice, even when the rewards may not be immediately apparent. It also means being gentle with yourself and recognizing that growth takes time. You don't have to have it all figured out right away, and you don't have to be perfect. What matters is that you show up with an open heart and a willingness to learn. As you continue on the path, you may find that your understanding of the higher worlds begins to deepen and expand. You may experience moments of profound connection and insight, where the veil between the material and spiritual realms seems to thin. You may find yourself developing new abilities and capacities and discovering gifts you never knew you had. But even as you begin to taste the fruits of your practice, remember that the journey is never really over. There is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to become. The path to attaining knowledge of the higher worlds is a lifelong one, and it is the journey itself that is the true reward. So take heart, dear seeker. Know that you are not alone, and that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Trust in the unfolding of your path and have faith that each step is bringing you closer to the truth of who you really are. And above all, remember to enjoy the ride, for it is in the journey itself that the real magic lies.